I'm going to introduce Sharon next, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about her. So Sharon Taylor, Baroness Taylor of Stevenage, led Stevenage for 16 years, from 2006 to 2022. She was deputy leader of a local government association. She co-founded the district councils network. But all of that is just stuff on a piece of paper, I think. Anyone who knows Sharon Taylor will know that she is a legend. And that's why it is so wonderful to have her in the House of Lords, shaping the future of our country. Sharon transformed Stevenage. She built science parks. She bought land. She did things that council leaders don't always do and led from the front. And on housing, I remember watching a video, must be 20 years ago, where Sharon talked about how her start in life came because council housing was built in Stevenage, and she and her sisters got the start they needed. Sharon was just telling me that she went to Paris, where she studied there. She speaks Russian, she speaks French. She is everything that's good about Labour. It is such an honour to have her here. So please give a big hand of applause for Baroness Taylor of Stevenage.
Oh dear, I've got to live up to all of that now, Steve. Thank you for that. Wow, what a fantastic facility to be in this morning for this very important launch. Now, the last time I spoke to Steve, he was nagging my ears off about Hammersmith Bridge. I'm not going to talk about Hammersmith Bridge today, but what I am going to talk about is this fantastic project where all of you're building bridges outwards to the world, and I see lots of representatives from outside of our country here today. You're building the very important bridges for your community to access the best of the technological future that we have before us. And most importantly, you're building a bridge to the future for Hammersmith and Fulham, which will lead our country and your borough for many decades to come. So thank you very much, Councillor Cowan and President Brady, for inviting me to the launch of Hammersmith's and Fulham's latest industrial strategy. Now, I understand Professor Andrew Jones, who's the Cabinet Member for Economy, but he is also the Vice-Chancellor of Brunel University. I didn't have anyone like that on my Cabinet, but well done to you, Steve. He calls this the best industrial strategy in the world. Now, I haven't had a chance to read it yet. I've taken copies back for all the ministers in MHCLG so they can have a look at it. It looks fabulous, and knowing Steve, I'm sure that Professor Jones is quite right in this. I should also like to start by congratulating you, Steve, on reaching a milestone of your own, having served as leader of Hammersmith and Fulham for more than 10 years, the longest period of any leader since the borough was formed, as I understand it. In that time, you've achieved so much, from leading a big expansion in support for local food banks, supporting child refugees, driving the borough's ambition to become London's greenest borough. I have to be a bit careful about this with other borough leaders in the audience. It's local leadership like yours that will be at the heart of our decade of national renewal that our government has committed to deliver. Today's launch event and the emergence of this world-leading innovation district here in White City shows just what can be achieved when local partners come together, work with across public and private sector, across different economic sectors to drive their shared aims. Working together, the University and the Council have done so much to drive sustainable and inclusive growth in this area since the launch of the borough's first industrial strategy, which was back in 2017. In front of our eyes, here in White City, you're creating a new world for our young people, which links their passions to your future economy. And that vision is extraordinary. So congratulations to all of you. Standing here today at the heart of a now thriving ecosystem of very ambitious science, technology and creative organisations, the results speak for themselves. Over 6 billion of high growth business investment, over 13,000 jobs created, just shows that when government, academia and others all come together with the right leadership and vision, great things can happen. So I'm delighted to be here for the launch of the Upstream London partnership, celebrating the significant achievements of the past 7 years, while also looking forward very much to the promise of more to come. Growth is the #1 mission of our government, and it's places like the White City Innovation District that will be central to growing our economy, helping to unlock investment and making every part of the country better off. Harnessing the strengths Hammersmith and Fulham is not just good for this borough, it's good for the country. And that's why the government's industrial strategy will concentrate efforts on places across the UK with the greatest potential to support our growth sectors. And while we are determined to devolve power and funding out of Westminster so that you can all realise the future aspirations for your local area. And you'll see more about that in the English Devolution White Paper, which is due out, I think I'm allowed to say next week, but let's hope it's next week. I look forward to working in partnership with Steve and Hugh to support the next phase of your groundbreaking partnership as the government looks to grow our economy, improve prosperity and raise the living standards for all working people. And that inclusive growth sits at the heart of our mission. Now, I'm a firm believer in the power of driving growth at local level. I was in my home county of Hertfordshire yesterday, where we've worked in partnership between local and national government and across the public and private sector to develop our key clusters. We've got film, media and television, as you have here. We are the home of Harry Potter and EastEnders, so quite a wide variety and many other things as well. Pharma and advanced pharma manufacturing, space science and satellite technology. And my favourite little factoid about Stevenage is that if you look up in the sky and imagine all those satellites up there, a third of those are made in my hometown in Stevenage. As leader, I was very proud to drive a £1 billion town centre regeneration project. We worked with partners to capitalise on our location in the Golden Triangle between London, Cambridge, Oxford, and work with partners to drive forward and expand the pharma R&D and cell and gene research into advanced manufacture, which has led to a project creating over 5,000 new jobs and attracting a leading pharma company, Autolus, to relocate their headquarters to our town centre. One of the very, I think Steve calls them innovation eco-zones in his document. The key to all this is partnership, joint vision and that passionate commitment to do what shapes the future for our communities that comes from those with skin in the game. That's what I see here today. It will drive the future for Hammersmith and Fulham, and if our government's growth mission can drive this across the country, it will create the future for the UK that our citizens deserve. So thank you again for inviting me to the launch of Upstream London's next chapter. I'm very excited by the vision and ambition that you have all shown for the future and looking forward to delivering tangible growth and new opportunities for residents and businesses across Hammersmith and Fulham over the coming years. So thank you. It's a delight to be here today, and I hope we'll bring many other representatives of the government here to see just what can be achieved. Well done to all of you, and it gives me great pleasure at this point to hand over to Anna Perdry-Rossell. Anna is a founder and co-CEO of a biotechnology company working at the interface of biology, chemistry and computation. Anna's a living example of the innovation and opportunities that can flow from the Upstream London partnership, and it's a great honour for me to introduce her. But can I just say again, thank you all so much for inviting me. It's a joy to be here and a joy to see such a perfect example of innovation in a local area. Thank you.